is what do you expect to get out of today's salon?
Well, it's funny because I've had a big tall cup of cappuccino earlier, and when I do that I usually like to solve world problems whenever I want caffeine. So I think it's today my assumption is that people like to talk about, you know, going into deep layers of life and philosophy and what people have like just talking about. So, you know, even just now I was in the middle of a conversation about like the difference between LA and New York and what people's interests are and all that fun stuff. And I don't know, I think today is just a really cool day just to hang out and talk to creatives and just be a totally open discussion, and it can go to anything, and I like that.
What would you think is, how is your relationship with Marta? How do you know her?
I met her through a really good friend of mine who is a really brilliant director and screenwriter, and it was just, I just was meeting him for drinks and she was there as well, and I had such a really great, warm, positive vibe from her, and it's just natural. I would be friends with her anyway, you know, even if she wasn't a manager or whatever else. She's just a really, really passionate person about life, and I think she's just so bubbly, and I love that about her, and we just really, you know, connected. And but also my friend, the director, he's just, since he has such a long-lasting relationship with her, you know, he really wanted me to meet her because he cares about me and loves her, so that's just a little synergy.
So, you know, with the weather changing and all, it's getting spring. It's like we're like back, you know, jumping from like winter, spring, summer. What are your plans here in New York for that, for this new entrance of season, I guess you could say?
My plan is to go back to LA tomorrow morning, so I don't have to worry about that with you guys.
Yeah.
No, I've been here for a week. I came back. I was in LA all last month, and I came back for this one weekend. I started getting like a sore throat. I'm like, I think it's because of this weather change, because I'm not prepared for it. But I love all seasons because I grew up originally in Connecticut, so I'm used to the winter time and spring, and you know, I love all the first signs, everything. But I've been kind of spoiled with the 90-degree weather in LA, and I'm very ready to go back to it. So.
So I guess the last question is, because we did just talk about, like, you know, what do you plan to get out of the experience? 'Cause this is your first salon, right?
Yeah.
So like, what do you think that the salon is? How would you describe the salon so far? Like, what is your idea of the salon?
I think the salon is just various creatives. I don't think it's just a person that's coming here just that has interest in the film industry. I think this is it's just people who are, and it kind of reminds me, I guess maybe it's in reference of the Andy Warhol days and how they used to have a bunch of like parties that aren't necessarily like going to hot parties, but just being creatives and just getting together and you know, infusing other people with their passions about life and sense. And I think every conversation is worth it. One of the things that I read once was what makes billionaires, what's their similarities. One of the things that they have, the top billionaires that they interviewed, was that they all go to dinner. They go to dinner with their friends, and it's not just friends that are in their industry, but just having conversations with people nonstop, and you're growing with those people. And every time, I think it's a really, really useful and important thing to do, to not, you know, just be having business meetings and this and that, but just having dinner with friends and conversation. And I think that's what this is supposed to be. It's just an opportunity to grow from one another and learn.
Cool.